I wanted to talk about three things today. I'm going to talk about money. I'm going to talk about liability and image. And then I'm going to give you a few invitations that I think can help you uh, improve all those three things. Um, First, let's talk about money. And I think the easiest way for me to talk about this is to talk about my money, about what I'm actually doing right now, uh, money wise. And so I'm working on four uh, different flips right now, which is not that unusual for me, but because I am a used car dealer, a licensed dealer, and I do not do most of the work myself, so I can parcel the work off, whether it be cosmetic or mechanical. The two latest ones that I don't think I've talked anything about are a '08 Mazda 6 and a 2010 Mazda 5, both nice little cars. Well, I'm not going to get into the breakdown of those vehicles or where I bought them, all that stuff. I'll be happy to answer those questions if you want to reach out to me. But I want to talk about the money side of this because, I mean, obviously, my goal is to buy them, fix them, sell them, and make money. You make your money when you buy them. We've talked about that a bunch of times. And you make your money when you buy your parts, when you do your repairs. You've got to fix what needs to be fixed, but don't do it foolishly. So I want to talk about parts and the parts I need for these two vehicles. Here's what I need. Both of them I need wiper blades. Both of them I need tires, and I need an alternator for one of them. I need a window regulator and motor for one of them, and I needed a battery for one of them. So this is key. I mean, I could have spent probably an extra $1,000 on just those parts right there. At least an extra 500 or 600. If I did not take the time, and that's money that goes directly out of my pocket into somebody else's pocket. So I'm going to talk about where I got these parts from. Wiper blades, bought those from Rock Auto. Got a mid-grade wiper blade for about $2.50 per blade. So there's four. Cost me basically $10 for wiper blades. You know how much you can spend on wiper blades if you buy them someplace else. Tires. Yeah, I could have spent over $1,000. Discount Tire Direct is where I bought my tires. And that saved me probably 50% of what I would have spent anyplace else. I shop a variety of different suppliers though before I order them, and they ship them right to me or right to my mechanic in this case. Alternator. One of them needed an alternator. I saw really no reason to buy a brand new one when I could pull one from a junkyard that had less than 60,000 miles on it and had been tested. That saved me, I think, $180 on the alternator alone. I got that through carpart.com from a yard. I think this one was up in Ohio. I bought from them before, but it does not matter because they have literally, I think, thousands of junkyards, at least hundreds, throughout the country linked together, carpart.com. Window regulator and motor. This saved me probably about 70-80% on the part alone. Rock Auto, again, is my source for that. I don't buy the dirt cheap one. I buy a little grade up. And the battery I bought from Interstate Battery. I get a lower end battery. Sometimes I buy blend batteries, but I've decided I want to step up a little bit and get a new battery, and I can get in with my dealer rate at about $70 for a brand new battery. So save money there too. Now the Interstate Battery Company is that's a local shop that I go to, buy almost all my batteries there. I haven't found a better resource, and I enjoy doing business with those guys. The other Rock Auto, carpart.com, and Discount Tire Direct, those are all accessible from our resources page. So if you are not already subscribing and visiting our website, flippinggenius.com, FLIPPINGENIUS.com, please go there, click on the resources page. It's free. Click on it and you'll see resources. You're going to see Rock Auto, Discount Tire Direct, carpart.com. Those are all there. And by the way, none of those pay me a fee. I don't get any commission from those. There are a few places on there that you'll find that I do have a I can't remember what it's called, but I do get a little finder's fee if you buy like the hubcaps or the seat covers or the the stuff that I've got identified there. And I put it in there because it's a good deal. But Rock Auto, Discount Tire Direct, and carpart.com happen to not pay me anything. But hey, it's easy to find. Just find my website. You can find all this stuff, and you can compare other other parts manufacturers and salespeople and other tire sources, because sometimes I'll get a better deal on tires from somebody else, but I always check them. You can check them right there from the resources page. And one other thing, so I'm basically saying any dollar you save is a dollar in your pocket, right? So before you close out your deal at rockauto.com, which this can be fairly substantial because you can be spending quite a bit of money on parts. There's a code that is currently on the car flipping forum. Just type in search Rock Auto when you get there, and you'll get an additional 5% off your bill, whatever you're buying right then. And I try to keep that up to date. If you do not have an up-to-date code, feel free to write to me at flippingquestions@gmail.com and ask for the code. And I usually have one that I can send to you. And I try to post them on the car flipping forum so it's up to date and current. I think the one that's on there right now is good through September, but I'll put a new one on there. And you may be listening to this long off in the future. Hopefully that'll be something we can keep doing. If you know of better discounts, on any of these things, please share them with us. Share them at the forum or come right directly to me at flippingquestions@gmail.com and let me know about it, and I'll share it with everybody if you want to. Okay, so that's money. Save money, right? Save money. Sorry, guys, I'm fired up. I mentioned the health thing. I am feeling good. I'm down to about the weight that I weighed, I think, when I was a sophomore in high school, and I feel pretty lively and quick, and it is making me feel good. So that's what that part is all about. I want to talk about liability. I talked about this a little bit last time. I want to keep talking about it because it's very, very important. So if you've been listening, if you're following my lead here, you're at our resources page already. When you get down looking at parts, you can click on a button that takes you back to the top. When you get back to the top, you can click on a button that says more great stuff. I'm not sharing the screen today on the video because I don't want to aggravate you, those of you who are watching. Plus, you can you can find it's really easy. Go to flippinggenius.com, go to resources page, go to parts first, and then click back to the top, and go to more great stuff. And when you do, the reason I'm telling you all this is go to the NHTSA link. That's there, and you can check for recalls on whatever vehicles you're selling. Now, I know a lot of you guys are not licensed dealers, but it doesn't really matter because you've got some liability here. Now, as a licensed dealer, you have huge liability. It is the law that you have to disclose if there's open recalls on your vehicle. I told you last week, or the last episode, I'm sorry, I've been like 10 days, 12 days. The last episode, I talked about a vehicle. I guess I did talk about one of those Mazdas because it has an open recall that we will be getting repaired this week. The repairs are free, but it's a devastating recall that could completely cripple a business because in this particular issue, it's an airbag that the warning says airbag could explode, sending metal shards throughout the car's cabin, causing serious injury and or death. Man, that's a scary one, and I'm pretty much quoting it. It's stuck in my head. I don't remember everything, but I remembered that. And I'm actually going to tow it over there. I really don't want to drive the thing and have something go off, because anything could go off, and I believe them. So that's going to be a free fix, and I'll take it to Mazda. They'll fix it up. They might even give me a car wash or something. They usually do. So definitely check. Go, while you're there, looking for the best deal on your parts, looking for the best deal on your tires. Go and check that NHTSA site. There's a link right there from our site. It is free. Enter in your car's VIN. It'll tell you if there's any outstanding recalls. If you can get them fixed, get them fixed, but absolutely tell your buyer about any open recalls. It will make a difference down the road. You do not want these folks to find out about it. I think I mentioned in the last episode about one example here in Alabama where a dealer failed to do that and failed to disclose it. He is out of business, and his insurance company and the manufacturer of that vehicle are all being sued. And it's a very tragic incident for the family who is suing him because of what happened. And it's a very, very tragic incident for everybody involved. So check that out. Protect yourself. Next, I want to talk about image, and this is going to be a quick one, but it's something I saw this week, and I thought, hey, I need to share this because it's just so simple. It's so simple, and I'll just tell you what I saw. I just want to say, be careful what you present, because people will see what you show them, and you want to show them what you want them to see, but be honest. I say this not as a warning really to you. It's a warning to me. I know that I can tell the truth in a very, very good light, and I have to be careful. I have to be careful. I'm not so much worried about misleading somebody, because I won't do that. I will I will stand there and fight people to not buy something if I don't think it's right for them. That's just how I do. But I don't want to waste that time. I want the people to know what's what before we ever get together, because that's just a better situation for everybody involved. So I want to present a honest picture from the start, and I want to do it in a way that everybody knows, everybody's on the same page. Nobody feels that anybody else is trying to mislead anybody, but at the same time, we're also not wasting anybody's time. And I'll give you an example of this, and maybe it would have been beneficial to share the screen, but I don't have the permission of this person to show their ad on my screen. I probably could anyway, but I saw an ad this week on Facebook Marketplace, and it showed an old Pontiac. Excuse me, I'm gonna get a drink of Kickapoo Joy Juice. It had I think it was like a 2006 Pontiac, something like 2003 Pontiac. And I think it was a Grand Am, and the ad said, runs and drives great. And I think they were asking $600 for it. And then it said, must sell or will crush, or something like that. Now, I don't believe that these were people that wanted the phone to ring a lot. I don't think they even put the phone number in the ad. I don't think they were trying to garner a lot of attention. And the reason I say that is because the only picture that they had of the vehicle was sitting in weeds about 3 feet high, 2 feet high. It wasn't over the fender, about 2 feet high, up well over the center of the wheel. It had a tire on top of the hood. I'm sorry, on top of the top of the car. The tire was holding some visqueen, or there was some visqueen, the plastic, underneath the tire that appeared to be draped over the driver's window and the possibly the windshield, like possibly one of those were both of them were broken. And there was no further explanation. To me, unless you just really like to be bothered, this was a complete waste of time, because number one, if the car runs and drives great, as they said, it's certainly worth $600. Pull it out of the weeds, take the plastic off, and take a couple pictures so you can see the front and the back. Make sure the back's not smashed. My guess, I didn't write to him. I really didn't want the car, even at $600. Plus, my guess is it's got a blown head gasket. Seen a lot of those Pontiacs with the blown head gasket, and they will run and drive great for 150 yards, and drive it down there, bring it back, park it. Yeah, see, it's great. And then by the time you get home 5 miles from here, it'll be overheating, and maybe the last time it runs. That's the reality. That's probably what they really had. They probably wound up taking it to the junkyard, hopefully, and maybe even because if it was worth running and driving, they would have probably for $600 they could have sold it to LKQ here in town. Just drove it over there. If you could drive it there, they give you $600 for it. So basically, don't lie. You know, don't. I know I understand about telling the best truth, but that's not the best truth. And if you got something to sell, present it right. You know, take the time, take a few pictures. It's free, man, and clean the thing up, cut the grass, whatever. Put your best foot forward. I'm sorry. That just bugged me this week, and I just wanted to share it. So, however that relates to you, think about the ads you're running. Think about whatever you're doing. Even if you're talking to somebody about buying something from them, be honest and straightforward, direct and true, and you're going to save a lot of time. You're going to get the best deals, and my favorite part of it is you're going to get repeat opportunities. I like to call it repeat opportunities because that's you're gonna as car flippers, we get them repeat opportunities to sell to the same people. I can't tell you how many times that happens, and repeat opportunities to buy from the same people, and that's happened dozens of times where I'm buying multiple vehicles from the same family. I'm the people that the person they want to call. I am the guy. I'm not I don't buy $20,000 cars. There's people that can do that on the television. They can just type in their VIN and sell their car to those folks. But to sell the stuff that I buy, there's a lot of people that do it, but they trust me. And it came from treating people the way that I'm describing. So that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about money. I wanted to talk about that image issue, and I want to talk about that liability. So hopefully that helps all of you. Now I want to give you, let's see, I got 5 invitations I want to extend to you. First off, if you aren't a member of the Car Flipping Forum, please join. It's free to join, and then get in there and share with each other. There's a link wherever you're listening or watching this. There's a link. You can join right from there. You can also join from the website flippinggenius.com. If you are not already a team member, a partner, or a Flipping Genius champion, consider doing that. It gives us a chance to work with you directly and directly help you build your bottom line, directly help you get to where you want to go from wherever you're at now. And we can talk about it and determine how much help you want and how much you want us to commit to you. Love to have more folks to work with like that. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching the YouTube channel right now and you're already a subscriber, please subscribe to the podcast so you can listen to it on the road. Got a lot of good, this is episode 172 of the podcast. We've got most of them on video, but there's a lot other ones, and I think that this is information that holds up over time. There'll be some stuff that falls off, obviously, but we've been doing this going on 5 years now, and there is a ton of good material there. Really, I'm proud of what we produced, and I hope you see it. Now, if you're at our YouTube channel, again, I want to mention we're updating the channel, so we're going to be moving the music, my music, and my videos about intermittent fasting are going to be moved someplace else, so they won't be in your way. Just trying to juggle everything. I keep things. I'm tight with the buck, so I handle most of the stuff myself. But it'll be there. All the stuff's still there, guys. All of the Flipping Genius videos are still there. There's just some additional things that are there right now, but they'll all be moved aside. If you want to watch them, please do. I love my music. I've been working real hard this summer, writing a lot of songs, and I'm excited to share with anybody who wants to learn what I've done over the past few years to get in the kind of condition I'm in now, which is the best maybe in decades. I love sharing that with everybody because it helps too. So if you aren't a subscriber of the YouTube channel, subscribe. Podcast, subscribe. I honestly I want to ask you a favor. As a subscriber of the YouTube channel, I got to get to 1,000 so that I can make even $1 from YouTube. And it would be nice to get paid something for all the work that we do here. And I just need you to subscribe. Watch them too. I want you to watch the videos, but please subscribe and share. That's just to be straight with you. That's why I keep talking about that. And one last thing, I invite you to send your questions, your comments, your your suggestions, your requests, whatever, send them to me at our email address, flippingquestions@gmail.com. I'm sure I answer every email that comes in. You can also comment on YouTube. I answer those comments. But I'm happy to help. I mean, the number one goal of the Flipping Genius has always been to help you make more money, and we are trying harder than ever to do that. I hope it's paying off. Love to hear your success stories too. Share them with us. Love to have more of you guys come on the podcast and share them with everybody. So, hey, let's work together. Let's make some money. Let's all become flipping geniuses.